I tell you what, it is always a party up here in the booth, and I tell you, you want to watch this baby again, you can. etv-eplay.net is where it's at, Cowboy. And they're all for free, so get yourself on over there, and there's a ton of them. And as we say here on ETV Live, have yourself an ETV party, corn dogs and Coronas. Get your neighbors, your friends, your in-laws, your outlaws, all those people who can't participate tonight. Invite them all over for a little corn dog party, and sit and watch some of these E-plays over there. You could burn them off onto a DV and have a good old time. So I'll tell you what, etv-eplay.net is where it's at. In the meantime, Rick the Law Dog Jonathan are along for the ride tonight. I tell you what, Viper Technologies giving out count two of these Viper 600 SR gaming seats. We've already dumped one of them off tonight. Gabriel Albuquerque picking up the first one. He picked Joe DePino a lap 100. He's going home with one tonight. Who's going to get the second one as we get ready to get lined up for double file restart and get back to racing here, guys?
You know what, JD, I was thinking about the ETV replays. Burn those to a CD. When you go take that next vacation, when you have the better half driving, throw it in one of them portable DVD players. You can watch the race while you're driving away on vacation.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
By the way, I'm going on vacation, JD.
And Jerry's going to take a few CDs and watch them on the trip, aren't you, Jerry?
Yes, sir. I'm going on vacation in about 56 laps.
I'm sitting over here. I got to hire a secretary because I've been after John to get me a darn secretary here for a long time.
I thought that was Rick first.
Yeah. No, my secretaries don't come 6'2" and weigh 290 pounds, dude.
Well, but he does have handcuffs.
Wait.
You said you wanted one with handcuffs and hairy legs, JD.
Wait. And 3 hours late for a broadcast?
Hey, for rent, one booth chair up here in the booth. I tell you what, hey, nobody has more fun than us, I tell you. But I tell you what, this cat, I'm getting a poke over here in the chat room over here, kind of one of these private message deals, and he's absolutely right. We got a lot of people who signed up for this thing over here, and it's not just the guys over here from NuffWorld. NuffWorld is a community, and it's made up of a lot of people. I mean, guys from Veteran Sim Racing are over here. Guys from RaceSimNation.net are over here running. Of course, the house is full with all the NuffWorld drivers. Those are all the ones that we see with the NW in front of their numbers. But I'll tell you what, NuffWorld.com, if you haven't checked it out, you need to go over and check it out. It's a gaming community, and I think that's the way they like to think of themselves. And it's not just PC games. It's at one of those Xbox 360. I think I got that right. But I'll tell you what, it's a heck of a place to be over here at Nuff Radio, HD Radio Network. 4 stations to pick from. And I tell you, I usually listen to the classic rock station when I'm sitting at my desk working on projects for John at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I tell you what, that kind of keeps me awake. So I tell you, NuffWorld.com is where it's at. So check them out over there, guys, and say howdy from everyone up here in the booth when you get here. In the meantime, out here on the track, Frankie Samato Foltz in that 71 machine, beautiful looking car, the ViperSR.com logos on it, and nice looking machine, that 71. Tate, Jenkins, and Bowling. Bowling hanging out here in the top 10 pretty much all night, guys, but the 55 machine, Dwayne Hall, sitting on the pole, spent most of his time up here in front. Where is that 55 machine?
Yeah, JD. Looking back or trying to find him. But look who's up in there, kind of just hanging out, going to probably try to give his some of his friends a little bit of push, but Hal Beardsworth, I do believe he's a lap down. But he's up here in that top 6 group, so look for Hal Beardsworth, try to help some of his buddies out and try to get him to the win, unless he can get that lap down back this time around, JD.
I know that somebody pulled the plug on your machine over there, but I think Beardsworth is being shown on the lead lap here, guys, in that 38 machine. So we'll have to check the equipment one more time, but put some gas in that generator downstairs, and we'll be all right.
Told you we need the squirrel back.
Need the squirrel back. All right, getting ready for this restart. And a lot happening over here. I told you we'd run down through some names over here real quickly. Eric Motzenbacher in the house, Davis Hessler, Daniel Britton, Brogan Lont, Zimmerman, just a bunch of people. And I'll tell you, thanks for joining in tonight. I know it's a long night. 200 laps at Daytona as we get set to do it one more time. Frankie Samato picking up the green flag, and it's out flying 71 machine up alongside with Tate on the bottom here. So I tell you what, hooking it up, moving it forward one more time, Tracy.
Yeah, we got a nice clean start. We got one car kind of getting down the apron a little bit there, JD. It looks like they're 3 wide coming to the corner. Oh, got a car way down on the apron, real low on it, having to come back up. Was able to get back. He's right below, beside the 34 of Joe DePino. That's that 26 car. Just got weight on that apron on that corner. JD was able to get it back on the track. Guys gave him room, and they're still running forward and straight and coming into corner 3.
Oh my God! I'm watching the information coming back from the drivers on the track down here. Okay, we won't talk about that one, but I'll tell you what, they're absolutely hooked up and getting with it. Crack that whip, and this is what we've seen pretty much on all the restarts here, Tracy. Hook it up and move them forward. They've only got 3 or 4 laps to do it here on a restart, because when things get cycled around and spread apart, it's pretty hard to move and gain any more position. You got to find a dancing part and play that music, get hooked up, and try to dance that machine forward. So this is the time to do it in the early laps on a restart, and that's what we're seeing here right now.
Yeah, Dwayne Hall, he's back there quite a ways, JD, trying to work his car back forward. Looks like he's getting the draft, getting a heck of a run on the 3 of Kelly. Slingshotting around the outside of him, going to be working to get back to that bottom line and try to hook up on the draft on the back of, looks like it's Thames and Biddle, and try to get back to the lead. And hopefully that lead pack doesn't get away from him before he gets there.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, we got a couple of things we want to get to, and I'm looking over here in the chat room. One thing I'm taking notes on, because this cat might be onto something here. We'll talk about that in a minute, but so I'm sitting here in 8th position with Jay Barton. He's kind of watching Joe DePino and all that stuff happen. Almost making contact, getting DePino out of shape just a little bit. I'll tell you what, DePino trying to get it back. I don't think that was on purpose, guys. I think DePino might have gotten a little bump off that 31 machine. Oh, Jenkins all over the track on the apron, trying to get that 99 machine back up on the track. I tell you what, 31 watching that all happen, Jerry.
Man, I'm going to tell you what, JD, that was nothing more than a guy in that 34 car holding his line, kept it solid right there. He knew what was going on, what to do, and in the end, the 99 had no choice other than to back it up, let him go, guys. Great job to the 34 Joe DePino on that move there.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, and crossing the apron line down there, that 99 machine, hats off to that driver, too. I'll tell you what, that is no man's land down there at a track like this. You cross that apron line, especially in the turns, okay, I'm picking up some more information. Looks like, why don't we go ahead and cut over to Tracy? I know you got something, what's happening? We got somebody in the wall.
Yeah, JD, it's 31 of Barton. Looks like he just lost control coming off a corner here. Hit the inside wall very hard. Looks like the 8, he comes across the nose of the 8. 08, gets him sideways down into the infield. Car hits that inside wall extremely hard. Was able to get that car behind the wall and left the green flag go, but he's done for the evening.
All right, then I'll tell you what, quick action on Tracy Flip Robinson. I'll tell you what, the old eagle eye over there, he catches it all. But before I break away to some other things here, I'm taking notes. I want to give a shout out to the 97 machine, Montefiore. I tell you what, this guy is just huffing and puffing. He's way off the pace. All he can get out of that thing is about 170 miles an hour, 180 miles an hour. But I tell you what, he's still out there huffing and puffing, trying to make that little engine go. But I tell you what, hats off to that guy. But taking notes here, checking the chat room over here. Now there's a cat over here who's got a pretty good idea. All right, I gotta scroll back up here and see where it is. Sterling, I'm looking for your thing about the fan cards. What, like like baseball cards. Maybe we could put, you know, like baseball cards together for each one of us up here in the booth, guys. Maybe we can make a little money doing that.
Yeah, I'd like to be
another
on a
late
baseball
night.
card.
I mean,
Sounds
come
like
on,
another
guys.
late night.
Yeah, print my mug and a baseball card, get the ETV broadcast card collection.
Guess it'd be something to start campfires with. That would be one good thing.
Yeah. What if we have 10,000 boxes of them ordered and we still have 10,000 boxes of them a year later? I mean, what is that all about?
I think there'd be 5 of them probably handed out.
That was just like your last idea about socks, JD. Signature socks for the ETV personnel.
Yeah, you bet. All right. Hey, you know, Viper Technologies. I know we've got Jason and Greg in the house with us tonight. You know, they've been following us around in their brand spanking new motorhome everywhere. While we've got that little what do they call that teardrop trailer that Tracy pulls along with that 1958 whatever down there. But
71, JD.
Greg Smith joining us in the booth here tonight. I'll tell you, Viper Technologies, and of course we've been giving away and talking about this Viper 600 SR chair. I mean, it is the cat's whatever. And I'll tell you, I'm a little beyond sticking it in front of a machine and riding around in a race car. But I'll tell you what, I'm told that you could actually hook it up to a movie, your television set, sound system and everything, Jason, and feel the rumble of the explosions when you watch them old war pictures.
Yeah, speaking of that old truck, John, I need some more, like you call it memory foam, but I just call it hay for the seat.
Greg, tell us about the Viper 600, bud. I know you're probably itching to get out here and tell all of our fans where they can find it, what it's all about. What have you got for us?
Yeah, thanks, JD. Yeah, I've been sitting here waiting for my opportunity to throw this down. Of course, we've been busy in that chat room, and that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, the Viper 600 SR, man, it's a great cockpit made out of, you know, aluminum, 45 pounds. We include our own audio cable for you and power cable and adapter, so you don't have to go out on the hunt for that stuff. The seat itself actually has 4 vibration modules in it, which gives you that kind of realistic feel that everybody's looking for when they're, you know, getting a sim. And of course, with the 4 high-definition speakers that's, you know, surrounding the rig itself, it's definitely makes for a cool scene. So that's something you guys got to check out, and it's at vipersr.com, and you can't miss it. And the price right now that it's at is at $289, and that's probably going to be your steal.
Yeah, and if I know correctly, on that the seat there, Greg, is that it's not just for racing. This seat is made for pretty much playing any game where you can sit down and run a controller, correct?
That's right. That's this here is perfect for anything you want to do with flight sim, or like JD says there, that Xbox thing. It works great with that. Also, just wanted to throw out there real quick before I lose you guys here is we're right now running a promotion with ETV, so if you get on over to vipersr.com, you can put in a promotion code of ETV and you'll get free shipping, so you guys got to take advantage of that.
Dude, that's like a $45 saving, man.
Wow, that is
Oh,
awesome. Yeah. That is awesome. I tell you what, you were just talking about the 4 channels of vibration. These late nights we've been having, JD, we're gonna have to talk to John about getting one of those to help our bums a little bit.
Get John to hook a brother up.
I tell you what, you know, I spent quite a bit of time talking to Greg and Jason about this deal, and you know, they came aboard here a couple of weeks ago, and I'll tell you what, they're having a whole lot of fun along with ETV Live. They got all the guys here at ETV Live, and I'll tell you, if you haven't checked it out, you got to, man. I know there's a lot of them out there. Some of them don't make any sense to me at all. This one absolutely does. And check it out, vipersr.com. Read about it, and tell you, you know, Jason and Greg are usually here with us from time to time, usually a couple, 2-3 nights a week up here in the booth. So feel free to, you know, ask them questions over there in the chat room. Fan interactive. Talk to them over there, dude, and get hooked up. We're giving the second of 2 chairs away here tonight. if you chose the winner tonight, you got a shot at going home with one. And thank you goes to Viper Technologies, both Jason and Greg. $100 bill going to the winner of tonight's race. And we think that's a very kind gesture on their part, and thank them very much for that. But I'll tell you what, 157 laps in the books here in the race, and I'll tell you what, things are starting to pick up here a little bit. And here in a couple of laps, we're going to get question number 4 out there. That's going to be the last question for the $50 gift cards from Viper Technologies, and we'll put it out there here in just a little bit. But I'll tell you what, guys, you know, a lot of fun here during the races. The HD Radio Network, Daytona 500, and of course, always wanting to put a plug in for those guys. 4 stations to choose from, plus the Nuff Radio station here at NuffWorld. And you can get all that at hdradionetwork.com. So, Tracy and John, having a good time here tonight, guys.
Yeah, JD, we're getting close to that time to start thinking about when these guys are going to decide to hit that pit stop and get it done and over with. I would think they would probably run another 25 to 30 laps, JD, and then have to hit pit road, especially if we have no caution come out. And that pit road can make the difference of who wins this race and who loses it tonight.
I got that right. I'll tell you, checking over here in the chat room, we were Sterling, man, he's just absolutely going after Sterling. Hey, John Wessling, JD, when does he get a raise? Buffalo wings won't last forever. Thank you for that, Sterling. I appreciate that.
We gave him a taller seat.
Hey, we're lucky to get tuna sandwiches here. So I'll tell you what, yeah, when do we get a raise, John? Okay,
and
John.
silence as it is.
There's
very
your
solid
answer.
in here.
There it is.
I
There's your
believe
answer.
you just got your answer, JD.
Yeah, there's your answer. All right, dead
Hey, wait.
silence.
Trying
we
to
get
figure out
paid?
how I can get my checkbook out of the red, JD, so I can give you a raise.
Wait, when did
You-
we start getting paid?
You know what? You know how to solve this.
Remember what rung you're on the ladder, Jerry, and then you wouldn't have to ask that question.
I am. I'm on the second rung. You're still on the ground.
Yeah, but you're up there washing the windows. I'm not.
Oh,
Hey.
I get you.
Hey, JD, jump off your stool, spin it to the left, and watch. It goes up, and you got your raise.
Yeah, there you go. I tell you what, these guys over here in the chat room, they got it hooked up, don't they? And gosh, we're looking at Gustavo Bethold over there, James Barnes, Jason Orlando, Jeremy Enoch's over there in the house. I tell you what, a lot of these guys, they're here on a weekly, if not daily, basis. Travis Monette, had him up in the booth. A buddy of mine from a GTRL, like James Greegate, he climbs into a real car, and late model car, and burns up the tire and the fuel. But Wendell in the house over there, Walt along for the ride tonight. I hope you guys are enjoying the show here. We seem to do it differently than anybody else. We are not ESPN. We are not TNT. Certainly we are not Fox. So if you tuned in to thinking that you know, we were one of them, forget it, dude. You might as well go home and watch reruns of I Love Lucy. This is a whole new show up here, dude, and we're quite different. But Tracy and Rick, having a blast up here, guys, as we always do.
Absolutely. I'm always having a blast when I join in here with these guys here. Not only talking with you guys, but watching the race and being interactive with the fans that we've got out here. And folks, just to let you know, we appreciate your support out there, and we love every one of you out there, and hope you guys have just as much fun as we do. I tell you, JD, it's always good to be here, and just, you know, I'm just scratching my head over this play seat that Viper Technologies got out. You know, just throwing in the free shipping, and that there alone is such a big expense now today. At $289 for these things, that's out the door. My gosh, I tell you, that's just unbelievable.
I'll tell you what, you know what, you know, there's a ton of people over there who would probably love to have one of these seats. I know every single one of you over there got some kind of game, one fashion or another. You wouldn't be here tonight. I'm being told that there are four of these specials left, all right? Put the code in there. Order, get your credit card out, dude. Come on, tax returns are coming in. Get your credit card out. get it over there. Put ETV in the code. You're going to save yourself almost $50 in shipping, dude. $45 shipping charge on these things, and for $289, it'll be sitting in your living room probably in about 5 or 6 days. But I'll tell you what, you know, put ETV in the code up there. They've only got 4 of those deals left, so if you don't do it now, you know, price is going to go up, and you know, then you're going to be missing out. So do it tonight. Get 4 of them things. I want to see. Here's the deal, all right? I'm going to challenge everybody over in that chat room to dump these 4 specials off. Let's get them out of the hair, out of VTEC's hair, and get them done with, all right? ETV. All you got to do is put that up there in the little special code up there and get them things ordered. So let's get 4 of them ordered by the end of this thing. We're on lap 164, guys, so this thing's winding down.
Yeah,
guys, just to let you know, I got to say this too. It looks like the boss over there at VTEC 600 just threw out there. I called that thing a play seat, and I may have just got myself in trouble. So please, let's get them 4 sold immediately.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, we're past the 160 mark. So here comes question number 4 for a $50 gift card. Which driver has the most starts but has never won? So I'll tell you what, you got until about the 10 lap to go here, guys, at Daytona. And we're on lap 165 right now. So Jason and Greg will put the link up there. That's fan challenge question number 4. Which driver has the most starts but has never won? So I tell you, get that answered and get a shot at that $50 gift card. And I'll tell you what, if you haven't yet, we'll see if we can't get the link back up there. Make your pick for who's going to win this race. And I believe the door's going to slam shut on a 10 to go mark here tonight at Daytona. So if you haven't made your pick yet, you need to do it now. So before they slam that door shut at the 10 to go. 166 laps in the books, boys. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take a quick commercial break. I need a refill. You're watching a live ETV Live Cowboy. It's the only place. Don't wander off. We'll be right back. All right, we are back live, Daytona International Speedway with the HD Radio Network, Daytona 500. We are under caution, guys. And Tracy, it's going to be the 76 machine, Jay Biddle out here. And have you got any more on that?
Yeah, it looks like Biddle got into the try over there, and this car jumped loose on him all by himself, and ended up trying to correct it, got it back up into the wall, and did lots of damage, ended up sliding across the infield. And I'm gonna check JD. I don't know if they're gonna get that car fixed. A lot of damage. Doesn't look like it. It looks like that took the radiator out and destroyed the engine, JD.
You bet. I'm actually looking at it here on my machine, and you're absolutely right. It looks like he does it right at the start-finish line, guys, and he does a Danica Patrick into the outside wall and just caves the nose of that machine in and pushes the engine back about 12 inches, and that's the end of that. So this is going to be caution number 9 here on lap 167, guys, with the 76 machine of Jay Biddle out of the race.
Everybody will be pitting, JD. As soon as they fill these cars up with fuel, it'll be the last time these guys will hit pit road tonight. So basically, the crews are up on the wall, going to have to pull their fastest pit stop off of the evening right now, try to keep that leader up there in front.
You bet. I'm watching a couple of these guys coming down pit road down here. I'm watching the 99 car of Jenkins. See what he's going to do as he rolls into his pit box down there. I'll tell you what, all kinds of different scenarios being played out here, guys, tonight. So I see the right side coming up, and it looks like it's going to be 4 shoes and a bucket of oats for the 99 Jenkins. But I'll tell you, it looks like a bunch of them took 2 tires only, and a few might have just took a little bit of fuel, Tracy.
Yeah, it looks like the first one out of pit road is Frankie Simano in the 22 car out there. And second, 45 of Tony Bowling. Third was Hal Beardsworth. Fourth was Joe DePino. And fifth was Dwayne Hall. Sixth was Fultz, all out of the pit road, JD, in that order. And the cars in front of them did not stop.
You bet. All right. Tell you what, like I said, working caution number 9 here, guys. As we stay with the action here a little bit. Tell you what, we're trying to get to Ed Wilson on the radio here, guys. Ed, this is JD up in the booth. Have you got me?
I got a copy. How you doing?
All right, man. I tell you what, it looked like a great pit stop for you down there. You got the thing out there in the front. You gonna be able to hang out there and?
Nah, I doubt it. I took some ugly damage there. Unfortunately, I've only been in one incident, and that one cost me about 10 miles an hour here. So I'm trying to tape it up and see what I can do, but I'm not feeling too confident right now. I think they're gonna blow by me.
All right. Well, hey, you know what? Good luck to you down there, and we'll hope for the best, dude.
That's a 10-4, and again, thank you guys over there at ETV. I understand you're doing a great job. I'm not surprised.
Hey, we're going to have some fun with the after party, too, so you hang in there, bud.
10-4.
All right, Ed Wilson down there in the 88 machine. And tell you what, having to put up with some damage of his own. You heard him a little bit of damage on it, had to tape it up a little bit, so not quite sure what it's going to do. So we'll keep an eye on the 88 machine. Currently being shown in the second position up here. Sargent in that 2 machine out here in front. I'll tell you what, this may set up a whole different ball game up here. We're seeing some new people up here in front, Tracy.
Yeah, these cars, like I said, Jay, they stayed out there on that pit that time around. Not too sure where they stand on fuel, but it'll just be running up front for a little while. They're going to have Frankie Simano with 2 fresh tires and full of fuel, running right back there in 4th position, so he'll be starting up on that outside line, JD.
Yeah, you bet. And 169 laps in the book, so this thing is winding down. So we may have seen what could be the last pit stop of the night, guys. But of course, wait until about the 10 lap to go. That's usually when they turn these ponies loose and get after it. So I tell you what, the more action to come here. We're going to go ahead and step away and take a commercial break right here, right now. You're watching live, ETV Live. This is the HD Radio Network Daytona 500 Cowboy. Don't wander off. We're going to be right back.
Hey dude, are you ready to rock and roll? If that's cool, then you need to do it over at HD Radio Network. HD Radio Network, 4 stations broadcasting 24/7 with everything from metal favorites to the 80s classic rock like legendary Leonard Skinner, Electric Light Orchestra, Foreigner, and bone-rattling, skull-crushing rock and roll on hard driving radio. And partnered with NuffWorld Simulation Gaming, check out the HD Radio Network's Nuff Radio with Bear Factory, Stone Temple Pilots, Def Leppard, and a whole lot more. HDRadioNetwork.com. Take your pick and rock your brains out, dude.
All right. We're having a discussion over here. I look like somebody over there in the chat room wants to know some of our company secrets. But I'll tell you what, I'll be glad to meet in the bar after the race, and we can talk about it a little bit later on. But what? Wait, what? Oh, Jerry's working up some kind of a deal here. I know. I
was
see
just
it coming.
going to say
I can
Donathan
smell
doesn't
it.
get to go. Donathan's not going to the bar. That's it.
Oh. Oh, why? Because he was late, so no after party for Rick?
No, he gets to clean up.
Oh, there you go.
Well, as you can see, how they treat the new guys around here. So that's fine, guys. That's fine. I'll be taking notes on that.
Now, Rick, on your trip to the bathroom, did you find the missing squirrel?
Hey, Rick, here's a pen and a paper so you can take your notes. File in that box over there.
Oh, my God.
We just gave you a different colored ink, just right on the same paper the rest of us been all here for the last 2 weeks.
Well, just so that way you know, Tracy, when I went to the restroom and you were asking about a squirrel or something, I'm not going to tell you what I saw written on the wall in the bathroom about you.
That's just because I'm nuts, all right?
Here we go. All right. I got to ask Christian over there in the chat room, is this epic or what? I know that's his favorite word, Christian, down there in Costa Rica. I love that kid. I tell you what, he's got to be one of the biggest ETV Live fans that ever come along, all the way from Costa Rica. Now, pace car is pulling off, but we are not going green. Reminder, we got one more time around. These guys have a double file restart. So I'll tell you what, Frankie Samato has decided to take the inside. Tony Bowling up on the outside. Beardsworth out in front. Joe DePino in fourth. Dwayne Hall trying to inch that thing back forward again. That's your pole sitter right there in that 55 machine for Halls on Post. Hey, let's mention Angela Hall here one more time. I think we got, what, 32 hours left, Tracy and Rick? It's tax time, dude. If you ain't got it hooked up, you have no clue what you're doing. TurboTax or whatever went kaput on you. You need to give Angela Hall a call and get her done. And hallsonpost.com is where it's at. So get in touch with Angela Hall over there, and she'll give you a hand. I'll tell you, watching the action back out here on the track, 171 laps in the books here, guys. So we still have a lot of racing left to go here. But I'll tell you what, keep an eye on the restarts, guys, because that's when it all happens. And we want to say congratulations to Davis Hessler. He's going to go home with one of them $50 gift cards from Viper Technologies tonight. Congratulations for that. And I'll tell you what, the door's still open for that other seat. You got to pick the winner by the 10 to go mark here tonight if you want a shot at going home with one of them Viper Technologies what am I talking about here, guys? Read the script. Viper Technologies VTech 600, Viper 600 SR. There it is, right there.
There you go,
script,
JD.
dang it.
Yes. See, you know
how long I've been sitting here, dude?
Well, you know,
he
said
it
had extra vibration to it. We need to get JD a chair up here, John, so that way he can relax his bum there.
Just to throw something out there, guys, our top 5 cars are all RSN drivers right now.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for Jason to send me one of them seats because this thing's hurt my butt after sitting there for 5 hours. I don't know about you guys.
Green flag is out, guys. Tony Bowling, Frankie Samato down here duking it out. Bowling up on the top of Samato gets a huge run. Bowling dropping right down in beside him. Tell you what, that hole was left open by Hal Beardsworth. We got something a little further back in the field, Tracy?
No, JD, Foltz did everything he could to get down there and get 5th spot. Dwayne Hall was just trying to fill that hole. He came down right across that nose. That 55 was, luckily didn't catch any more of it. He got a little squirrely out there, but got it going straight again. So put Foltz in 5th position and Hall in 6th.
All right, old Eagle Eye on the job again. I see a little bit of damage on the back end of that 71 machine, guys. Looks like the back bumper pushed in quite a ways there. That might be from the bump drafting that goes on here. And I'll tell you what, it ain't bump drafting, it's slam drafting. around Daytona here. But I'll tell you what, 173 laps in the books here, and this thing's winding down. We're watching the action take place here. Pretty much single file racing here, Tracy. A little unusual on this restart. Oh, ball gets into the back of Jenkins back here in 10th position, forced up on the outside as Jenkins in the 99 machine gets it collected, gets it back, and the ball up there in the 84 with Bertain up with the Bertain car up there in 26, trying to make that top side work now.
Yeah, we got 3 cars there up on the top side. Tate is right back there, making a 3rd car in that line, but it's still pretty tough. Tate isn't tucked up underneath Swarin's car, so it's not going to give him a push. These cars are really bouncing around, JD, and we're really close to that 20 to go. So these guys are going to be racing pretty hard, as it looks like Tate's going to get underneath Garcia and take that position, guys. Move Garcia to the high line.
Tell you what, Tracy, I was taking a look to the front here with Samato leading the pack. Bolin is giving him a good run for his money, looking on the inside, coming out of turn 4. Gave him a little bit of push there, just letting him know he's there.
3 wide. 3 wide, coming down the backstretch, Sergeant Buster, guys. You got Cherry on the bottom back here, 11th position, 26 on the inside. I'll tell you what, cars are slamming, bumping, and bagging, guys. Tracy, you got more?
Yeah, I tell you that car 84 of Ball just got up and hit that wall pretty hard and got dragged that right side against it. Was able to keep it under control, but lost considerable spots and possibly losing the draft a little bit. He's going to get a little help from, it looks like Gutierrez. He's going to give him a push and try to give him help him get him back up to that group of leaders.
I tell you, your front 5 or 6 up there, they're pretty settled in their positions up there. So, the action happening further on back here in the field, a little deeper on, back here from about 10th, 11th on back, guys. That's where the action was taking place. And I know what these guys are doing, Tracy and Rick. They're trying to get the position before it gets too late. 175 laps in the book, so this thing is absolutely winding down here. 25 to go here at Daytona. So they're trying to get it all in as much as they can here, while those guys up in front are fairly safe up there. They're just waiting on about the 10 laps to go, Mark.
Whoa, JD. Wow, I'll tell you, 71 getting bumped all over the place, JD. He's kind of the cog in the middle of that RSN freight train up there running towards up front. Great save by that 71. Looked like Dwayne Hall just trying to help him keep him along and end up getting the back of him a little bit and got them both moving them down the track, but nobody got spun out. Everybody's still going straight, but I'm sure Dwayne Hall would like to get that 71 moved to that high side and get up there with that top 4.
I'll tell you what, not only is Dwayne Hall the track master, he's also the master blaster. And it's beat, move your ass, I'm coming through, boys. So I'll tell you what, they're about ready to turn this thing on if they haven't already. 177 laps in the books, 200 laps on the board here. So this thing's winding down, Rick, so action happening now, and probably will be for the next, 20 laps or so.
Oh, yeah, and JD, just taking a look at that top 4 that you were talking about, that 38 car is all over the back of Bolin. Left, right, inside, outside, don't know which way he's going to go, and DePino is sitting right behind him waiting to see what move he's going to take. I see DePino possibly going with that 38 car to do a draft with, maybe within the last 10 laps.
I'm going to tell you what, Rick Donovan, I'll be the first one to tell you. Those guys up front there, that 23 and 45 may run nose to tail, but that 38, he's definitely not afraid to pull it out there and take that 38 with him. So if I know them as well as I know them, they'll rip it right out there and take it right on past them.
Guys, I'm back here in 13th position with Randy Sawarin back here, and he's him in the 99 car, Jenkins duking it out here. Just about a half a lap ago, watching these two go at it. Now Jenkins, he's been riding that top lane up there now for about a lap, so I'm wondering, why he's not dropping down in the holes. He just passed an opportunity right there. Now as he drops down to the bottom and takes a position up behind Sawarin. But I tell you what, that 99 car, Jenkins, he was taking quite a beating from a couple of those guys as the 51 car, Thames, moves up in behind him.
Yeah, like you said, JD,
that
that 38,
in the wall.
he'll be working pretty hard. to get up around these guys here. Probably the last 2 laps of this race. But yeah, it looks like Jenkins got in the wall, JD.
Jenkins into the wall, coming down the front stretch, guys, right there in the tri-oval. And I tell you, he is just pouring the coals to that number 99 machine. And I tell you, you see what it says on the back, 800, how's my driving? I tell you what, I'll tell you how your driving is, dude. Put some more coal on the boiler.
Yeah, I tell you, that car goes into the corners, JD. Looks like it pushes on and puts a lot of wheel in it, and then it finally grabs, and the car gets kind of unstable on him as he's got Swarin on the bottom looking to push the Cherry past him and also move position himself, JD.
Yeah, this is where the action's at, right back here, guys. And I tell you, like we were talking about, these are the guys positions up for everything. Those guys out in front, they're part of, they're single file line, and they're hooking up, they're talking, spotters are talking to one another, crew chiefs, whatnot. Find their dancing partner as the music plays on. But I tell you what, that violin's going to come to a stop on the last lap, and one of those guys is going to make a mad dash around the other up there in front. In the meantime, back here, these guys are fighting and duking it out. And I tell you what, come to the party with your guns drawn, because Soarin back here with Cherry and all these boys back here, they're hunting, looking. So I tell you what, action is definitely picking up here at Daytona.
Yeah, the guys are doing a great job. Like I said, looks like they're riding it out for the most part here to get these laps ran down. Get probably down to about the last 10 to 5 laps, and then really start pushing each other, JD, and try to move each other up the track a little bit. Because usually here at Daytona or Talladega, you just hug that bottom line. That's pretty tough unless you get a real good group together and make it on that high line.
Jenkins still working that draft, that side draft up here as he goes, crosses the apron line. Jenkins is in trouble down here in looks like turn 4, guys, coming off down the front stretch. Jenkins in big trouble, crosses the apron line, has to get off the throttle big time, hit the brakes as he gets it collected and back up, crossing the start-finish line. Now Jenkins back here in 14th position, almost losing it, Tracy. And I'll tell you what, a good save by that 99 car.
You know, JD, I just tried to call that phone number, the 800, how's my driving? All I got was a busy signal. But yeah, great job of saving it.
One of those prayer lines, prayer circle, or what are they?
I think it was busy with calls coming in and letting them know.
I tell you what, boys, I'm going back up through the line up here, watching from 5th position. That's Foltz on up, DePino. All these guys, Bowling, Beardworth. I know how these guys play. I've been in their backyard before, so it'll be interesting to see what happens up here. Samato, he's out there in the front, and I know what's going through his mind, and he's probably giving that rearview mirror a lot of attention. He's got a couple of other buddies back there that they usually race with. So we've seen this action happen before, Tracy and Rick, over at the home front. Over to the nation, as DePino gets pounded by the 71, knocking him around. I tell you what, this is actually taking place up here. 183 laps in. Foltz, he's had enough, dude. Beep, beep, get out of the way. I'm coming through. Is Foltz putting the chrome horn to DePino up here in the front, guys?
Yeah, go ahead, Rick.
I was about to say the same thing. Seeing DePino get sideways, and the Foltz dying to get up there to the front. He is on that bumper, and we see looks like Bolin just got a little sideways as well there, coming out of 4.
Yeah, what you're seeing there, the 71's giving DePino quite the push, and DePino's trying to stay off the back of that 38 of Hal Beardsworth, but I've been in that position. You can't touch your brakes. You really can't even let off. It's a pretty difficult position to be put into, because you know if you get into the car in front of you, it's really going to mess up that top group, JD. Oh, DePino gets pushed to the high side. He comes down. Contact again. Come back up on the track.
71 in trouble, 55 in trouble. Polster in trouble, 71 and 55 big trouble as they come bouncing off the wall, guys. Caution is out. This will be caution number 10 here at Daytona. Final laps, 185 laps in the books, guys. 15 laps to go. Caution coming out. The duel was happening up there. Joe DePino, Foltz in that 71 machine, Tracy, the 55 machine, the Polster involved.
Looks like it's going to be Hall and Foltz there.
Yeah, I tell you what, Joe DePino wasn't willing to give that position up as he was coming down to do that pinch them down the track there, John.
Yeah, it looks like he just kept bumping him and bumping him. Finally got him out of the path, and then DePino comes back down. They door slam, and they just continue to door slam. Then Foltz is going to come back up the track, almost catch DePino, and ends up collecting that 55 car, Dwayne Hall, and going to take both them cars probably out of contention here for the win, guys.
Absolutely, looks that way. And I'll tell you what, Hal Beardworth, looking back at all that carnage in his rearview mirror, he's the one that's going to be putting the pressure on Tony Bowling up here if things remain the same. But pole sitter Dwayne Hall in that 55 machine involved in this. Joe DePino looked like he was hooking up at least a top 5 finish, if nothing better. And then Philip Foltz in that 71 Viper Tech machine up here, guys. I'll tell you what, shake up here in front as we're winding this thing down, guys. 15 more laps to go here at Daytona.
I'm taking a look at this back here, JD. Everybody was going to the caution, and I'm watching here, and it looked like people to get checked up. Hal Beard just got in the back of Frankie Smano. Frankie Smano went up and hit that wall, took a lot of damage. And here comes Jerry Hinkle, and he hooks onto the 26 car of Britannia, and then gets into the 82. So we still had crashing up at the front as these guys are just catching that pace car. Shimano and Hinkle both with left front tires down.
Looks like Hinkle entering into the pits there. Tracy got a lot of damage on that front left-hand corner there as he enters into the pits. Do we know whether he's going to be getting back into the race?
Yeah, I know they took quite a bit of damage, JD.
Yeah, well, let's keep an eye on pit road down here and see how all that's going to play out. But I'll tell you what, big shake-up here in front for DePino, Hall, and Foltz up here. And I'll tell you what, that sets a whole new game into play here, guys. That's going to be that's going to bring a few guys forward that haven't seen the front here pretty much all night long. You got Swearin, Cherry Jenkins happening back here, Lacey in that 22 machine. I'll tell you what, that 22 machine in the top 10 guys could be a threat tonight. That's going to be Lacey Sargent that we had up in the booth during pre-race. So I'll tell you what, she's looking pretty good up here in the top 10 guys.
Looks like, JD, they got Hinkle back out. They took the hammers and beat out the fender there, got him a new tire put on there, and he's back out on the track, Tracy.
Yeah, just a little bit of work, get that car fixed up, get him back out there, and yeah, just like you said, Lacey, Shane keeping her car clean here towards the end, keeping out of trouble, running in 7th position, JD. Great job by Lacey.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, watching the chat room over here, and I tell you, nobody has left, and they're actually on their feet over there as this thing winds down. I'll tell you what, 4 more laps, and we're going to slam the door shut on that Viper Technologies game seat over here, guys. So I'll tell you what, if you ain't got it hooked up yet, you get in there and get on that fan challenge, pick the winner. It may be a tough one to call here tonight, so it's going to be your best guess, and see if you can have a shot at winning that Viper 600 SR game seat. And I'll tell you, get them, check it out over there at vipersr.com. It's quite the seat. Something that every sim racer ought to have in the living room. So I tell you what, things are happening out here, Tracy and Rick. I got to step back to the buffet table and refill my plate. So why don't we go ahead and step away, take a quick commercial break. You're watching a live ETV Live. It's the only choice, cowboy. This is the HD Radio Network Daytona 500. So don't wander off, cowboy. We'll be right back. right, and I'll tell you what, Jerry's slipping a note over here under my nose. Looks like he said the weather people are calling for rain, and what was it, turns 3 and 4? But that's what it looks like. It's getting dark out there. I'll tell you what, lights are probably going to come on here, but I'll tell you what, looking over here in the chat room, and what's this about JD's horse and buggy over here? From Keith Barrick. Hey, glad you're along for the ride here tonight, my friend. And JD, Gil Drake, man, everybody's still hanging out. Greg Smith, Gustavo Bethold, Hot Piston, James Barnes. I mean, just a whole bunch of them over here. But here's the deal, guys.
I just want to say, JD, that's the reason why I was late here today. I asked for JD to throw me the keys to his car, let me borrow it, and he handed me a pair of reins. I didn't know what he was talking about, so I got stuck driving his horse and buggy, so that's why I was late today.
Oh, God, any excuse in the book, I'll tell you what.
Did you realize that was a donkey?
Yeah, that was my, mule. All right, I'll tell you what, having fun up here in the booth with a whole host of people up here. We got the boys from Viper Tech along with us. Of course, we're giving away 2 of them game seats tonight, guys. And I'll tell you what, the next one is up for grabs, 2 more laps, and we're going to slam the door shut on the 10 to go here. And the other thing, too, a $100 bill to the winner of the race tonight. Now, here's the deal, guys. I got to say this real quietly. The drivers don't even know it yet. Well, I'm sure maybe it's been leaked out there a little bit, so we'll have to wait and see. But things are starting to happen here. Of course, last caution coming out with the leaders. I'll tell you what, DePino involved, the 55-year pole sitter involved in that last one. We get set to go back to green flag racing. Tony Bowling out in front with Hal Birdsworth up on the top. DePino still hanging out up there in the front. So Warren, Cherry, and Jenkins in the mix here too, guys. As the green flag is out, we're back to racing at Daytona.
Yeah, Hal Beardsworth had a bad start there, guys. Checked up that whole outside line as Beardsworth moves his way down to the bottom, JD. So, we got 2 cars getting together, 99 of Jenkins, and looks like Tate get together. 99 just forced his way to the bottom, actually made the 82 go underneath the yellow line, JD.
I'll tell you what, things are absolutely heating up here at Daytona in the final laps here, guys. We come around, it's going to be 10 to go, so it's anybody's night. Tony Bowling still hanging on the lead out here. His dancing partner, Joe DePino, back here in the 34 machine. But I'll tell you what, the music stops on the last lap. Hey, you're on your own, partner, so you better know how to dance by yourself. But, Jay...
38, Hal Beards was hitting pit road.
38, 38 peeling off, hitting pit road. Got to think there's something wrong with that machine. Hal Beardsworth dropping off and out of the running pretty much, guys. I'll tell you what, 190 laps in the book. Slam that door shut, Jason. We're done for the night. I'll tell you what, we'll let the randomizer pick the person who picked the winner, and we'll announce that during the post-race show, the Viper Technologies post-race show here at Daytona. So I'll tell you what, things are absolutely heating up out here at Daytona. 190 laps in the book tonight, 10 to go, Tracy and Rick.
As we're down to the last 10 laps is when you got to pull up the big boy pants, as these guys are going to start bouncing and bumping into each other fairly hard. As a matter of fact, the gal out there, Lacey, running in 4th position, look for her to get out there and try to assert herself and try to get a podium spot tonight, JD.
Tell you what, Tracy, when you got the last 10 laps falling down with Bolin still in the lead here, DePino has moved on up. So I believe he's running bumper to bumper on the back of Bolin. And Cherry, he looks like he's struggling a little bit. And I don't know if Pino and Bolin have just got a good draft going on there or not, but it looks like they've opened up about a car length gap in between the two.
Well, I'm looking at Lacey here, and she's all the back of the Cherry, and looking to get him moved up out of the way and take that 3rd spot and see if she can't get to the top 2 guys, JD. Oh, and Cherry goes up high and able to bring it back down, JD.
6th position back here, guys, riding around with Jenkins. And I'll tell you what, got D. Sargent back here in the 2 machine trying to help push that 99 machine. I'll tell you, 99 looking real sharp there before that last caution, but falling off the mark, you guys. They're losing time to the leaders, almost about, let's call it 2.1 seconds behind, and dropping, slipping back, guys, but moving on forward up here in the front. I'll tell you what, here it is right here. It's going to be, looks like it's going to be Sawarin, Lacey with a top 5 finish possibly here in that 22 machine of hers, and then of course Cherry up here in the 6 machine, DePino and Bowling. So I got a funny feeling this is your front runners right here. So it's game on. 8 more laps to go here, guys. I'll tell you what, many thanks out there to Gil Drake. I got your pop up there, your little post-it dude. I'll tell you what, thanks for coming along, being along for the ride tonight. We really appreciate it. We love all of our fans. So I'll tell you what, etv-eplay.net. You get a load of it over there, man. I tell you, there's enough e-plays over there to keep you busy for about 6 months. But I tell you, the action happening, and it's happening hot out here at Daytona, guys.
Yeah, they're working their way around. I'm checking back here, Dwayne Hall, trying to work with a few cars, but they're actually more damaged than he is, and he's trying to get up as far back forward as he possibly can in this race. And I tell you, we got a second group back here with Tate Garcia, Thames, Sargent and Jenkins, and working all together trying to get back to that lead pack pulling away with Swarin pushing Lacey, but they're actually starting to lose a little bit of time on that top 3, JD.
Lacey Sargent, the only female driver on the track tonight, started with 42 other guys, and I'll tell you what, here's the bet. You think she can do better than Danica tomorrow? We'll have to wait and see after the Daytona 500 tomorrow. But I'll tell you what, Lacey Sargent, she's got a hopeful top 5 run here going. I'll tell you what, I believe this is her first time out here at Daytona, if I'm not mistaken. But Lacey Sargent doing a heck of a job up here, just holding back, maintaining her own, keeping off the bumper of the car in front of her. That's exactly what you want to do. Keep the space a little bit and get ready for that run coming off turn 4 on the final lap. 6 laps to go here, 5 laps to go here at Daytona Speedway with the HD Radio Network Daytona season opener here for NuffWorld. I'll tell you, guys, if you haven't checked them out, NuffWorld.com is where it's at. A heck of a gaming community over here as things motor on here at Daytona.
Yeah, JD, tell you, they get that top 3 battling pretty hard. Very good chance that Lacey could get up there and take the win tonight. See how many people out there on the site picked out Lacey to win this race, because anything can happen here in this last 5 laps.
Tell you, Tracy, just sitting here watching, Lacey's looking on that outside, especially going into turn 3 and 4. She's getting a good run going into that corner, but doesn't look like she's getting a good run coming out of turn 4. But she is looking on the outside of Cherry there. I don't know if she's thinking about passing them on the outside or not, but they have moved in that gap there, and it looks like they're all 5 of them are running strong right now.
Quick check back here in 11th position, guys. Dwayne Hall, your pole sitter tonight, and involved in that last caution back there on lap about 185. He's back here with 26th machine, Brittain, and I'll tell you what, they're losing time. The leader's 7 seconds off of the pace back here, but Brittain doing what he can to help push that 55 machine forward. But I'll tell you what, out in front, stay with the action up front. They've got about a 4-second lead over Jenkins in that 99 car. As we get down to the closing laps, guys, they come around this time. It'll be 3 to go here at Daytona. And I'll tell you what, the music stops. The band stops playing on lap 199, dude. And I'll tell you what, you're going to be dancing on your own. Tony Bowling trying to hold off Joe DePino up here in front. Lacey Sargent, incredible run here for her tonight. I'll tell you what, this thing is winding down, and it's bound to be an exciting finish.
Yeah, they're doing a great job up there, JD. But they do have a lap car they're going to be catching up to here. The lap car moves that high line, but anything can happen to that lap car and these lead cars. The 29 got really high on the exit of that corner, JD. Had to get that car pulled back down here as they're coming around to pass the 12 of Jerry Hinkle, as he had damage from that last accident.
You bet. Jerry Hinkle up on the high side there, coming down through the triangle, letting the leaders go past. This is letting it all hang it out now, guys. I'll tell you what, 2 to go here. They come around next time, it'll be white flag, and when that happens, no more cautions, guys. So I'll tell you what, Joe DePino and Tony Bowling up here are looking for that white flag. Cherry in that 6 machine holding back. Now here's the deal. Hold back here just a little bit. Get ready for that run. Come off the final turn 4 when they come down the front stretch here. when they come around, they'll be picking up the white flag. So I'll tell you what, Joe DePino, Tony Bowling, looking up that flag stand. It's up, it's flying, white flag. And this is the last lap, final lap coming here at Daytona. Who's going to get that chair tonight? The winner is going to get $100 from Viper Technologies. Final lap, guys, on our way around.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. Looks like the 22 losing a little distance. Maybe she's setting back, trying to get a run on these groups and maybe make a move on the outside. And hopefully the 29 will follow her and give her a push and see if these guys can't work on the outside. It's going to be interesting to see if Joe DePino don't try to jump to that outside the last minute, see if he can't steal himself a win, JD.
You bet. Here we go, coming off of turn 3 into turn 4. This is it, heading for that start-finish line. Out front is Joe DePino, Tony Bowling. Who's going to give it up? Is Joe DePino going to try to make the run on the outside? Coming into the tri-oval, Tony Bowling staying on the bottom. DePino right behind him. Tony Bowling going to take the big one home tonight. Joe DePino and Jay Cherry in third. Lacey with a top 5 finish, 4th place, and Randy Sawarin in 5th place, guys. What a night. HD Radio Network, Daytona 500. What a night here, and it's party time, boys.
Yeah, great job by our top 5. Good finish. Looks like those guys, they didn't try to get too much of a run on Tony Bolin, but Tony Bolin kind of hung around in the middle of the pack tonight and was able to get that car up there and take the win.
Tell you what, guys, just got to give a shout-out to Lacey there. Remarkable driving that she showed here this evening, driving with a group of guys, and that just goes to show you women can do the same thing. So give a good shout-out for her good finish there, and working with Cherry there in 3rd position.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what a night of racing here. 200 laps at Daytona with guys from various places. We got some drivers from all over, and you know, NuffWorld, like we said before, Tracy and Rick, this is a community of gamers here, and it's not just oval racing or auto racing here. It's all kinds of games, PC games, the console type games. I'll tell you what, and they have gathered here from all different leagues. Race Sim Nation is here. We've got drivers that come in from veteran sim racing here tonight, and of course the gang here from NuffWorld. So I'll tell you what, incredible race here tonight as we watch Tony Bowling burn off what's left of his tires down there on the start-finish line. We're going to go ahead and step away and take a commercial break here, and we're going to get ready for the Viper Technologies post-race show. So I'll tell you what, cowboy, you ain't wandered off yet. Don't do it now. Stick around. We'll be right back. All right, we are back live, Daytona International Speedway. I'll tell you what, the HD Radio Network, Daytona 500, what a night here. And I'll tell you what, had a blast. All the people over here in the chat room participating, Viper Technologies, of course, giving away count them, two of those gaming chairs here tonight, plus $200 in gift cards to our viewers. And I'll tell you what, had a blast here tonight. But importantly, I'm standing down here in Victory Circle with none other than the driver of that number 45 machine tonight, Smoking Tony Bowling. How was your night tonight, Tony?
Oh, it was crazy. It started out, you know, in the back, kind of come up to the front, and then got a penalty there about midway through the race, brought me back to the back, and just kind of slowly worked my way back up to the front.
I tell you what, you were out there with some familiar people. You had the likes of Joe DePino and Dwayne Hall out there. I know that's your teammate from Racing Nation over there, but were you counting on any help from those guys? Or, you know, and then, of course, the finish, looking for DePino to probably make the move on you coming off of turn 4, but stayed tucked right in behind you there. So tell me about the last part of your race there.
You know, we got about, 30 to go, and there was all us RSN guys right there, you know, nose to tail, which was a really good sign, you know, that we knew all we had to do was get in line, push each other, you know, and one of us was going to get the win. We got that late caution, and some of the guys up there got caught up in it, had to serve penalties and whatnot, so that left me and Joe up there, and Joe was pretty content to stay right behind me, and I'm glad he did. I would have never had that win without Joe. I mean, if there's anybody that I want to race with on a restrictor plate track and have push me, it's Joe DePino.
You know, Joe DePino, he's one of those guys that kind of sneaks up on you, and before you know it, he's already done there and gone. But I'll tell you what, you know, caution's playing a pretty integral part in the scenario tonight. Of course, so a lot of strategies being worked out. And, you know, absolutely fantastic run for you tonight. Any shout-out out there you want to give?
I definitely got to give a shout-out to NuffWorld for, you know, inviting us over here to run with them. You know, even though we had some hiccups tonight and got some things to work out, I think this could be a lot of fun. To the RSN guys, you know, we worked together and made this happen, what we, you know, getting a win like this. Definitely to Joe DePino for sticking with me there at the end and push me to the win. You guys up there in the booth, and last, and can't forget the Viper Technology for all they've been doing for, you know, for the broadcast here lately, you know, giving away all them prizes and stuff, you know, that's awesome.
You bet, and I'll tell you what, Tony Bowling going home with the big one here from Daytona International Speedway, but like they do on TV, wait! We're not done. Tony Bowling, you're also going home tonight with a crisp, brand new $100 bill, courtesy of Viper Technologies.
That's awesome. Yeah, like I said, you can't thank them guys enough for what they're doing. You know, they're definitely bringing the community in to watch us, and you know that's what it's all about. And you guys are doing some awesome broadcast. Can't thank them guys enough.
All right, Tony Bowling going home with a big trophy tonight and the cash prize, $100 from Viper Technologies, and attaboy Tony Bowling. I'm going to throw it on down. Tracy Flip Robinson's caught up with the 34 car, Joe DePino.
Yeah, I caught up with the counselor, Joe DePino. That's anything we call tonight. Don't be moving me. Great race, Joe. Tell us about your night.
Thank you, Tracy. It was quite an exciting night, like Tony said. A lot of good racing. It was certainly exciting. I think I dislocated a shoulder holding my wheel so tight the last half of the race, but it was a heck of a lot of fun.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's what we're all out here for, is just to have some fun. But I tell you, you've got to get your emotions start getting going there towards the end. And I know you led quite a few laps out there, Joe, got that car out front. But you and 71 had a little battle there, and you kind of held your position.
The 71 was excellent. He was really, really good. He was really, really fast, and he was really, really strong. And I didn't have any problem with the way he raced me. I hope his feelings are likewise. It was just good, hard racing at a plate track, and when you're going Mach 1 or whatever we were going, there isn't a whole lot of time to make a decision, and you know, you do the best you can with what you got at the time available. So I hope he's all right with it. I know I am. He's a great race car driver, and I had a lot of fun racing.
Yeah, I tell you what, Joe, great job finishing second. Are there any thanks you'd like to give out there tonight?
Want to thank HD Radio, Viper Tech. Boy, oh boy, are those guys really stepping up. NuffWorld, the admins did a remarkable job of keeping the trains running on time, and at times it seemed like literally we were running trains, the way we were packed up. Racing Nation, and of course you fellows up in the booth at ETV.
All right, guys, that's your second place finisher tonight. That's 34 of Joe DePino, and I'm going to throw it over to Rick Donathan.
That's right, Tracy, and I'm standing down here with Javon Cherry driving the number 6 machine. Javon, you came in here this evening, qualified 20th, you finished 3rd. You got to be happy with that finish. Take us through the last 5 laps there.
Well, first off, I gotta say sorry to Lacey. I thought we were gonna have a good run, but you know, last 5 laps were intense. You know, I thought I was gonna get a nice run at a 4. You know, be able to suck up for once during that final stretch and be able to pass on the outside, but it didn't happen. So you know, it was just fun racing. You know, we had a good car, got a little damage in the beginning, but you know, I'm still happy with this 3rd place finish we got.
Absolutely, and as we were watching the race, it looked like Lacey and you had a really good race going on there. Now, was you guys trying to hook up and get a draft and maybe go on the outside together?
Well, that wasn't the plan at first, but I know I heard that she didn't have any damage at all, so I'm like, you know, this car is going to be really fast. So if we can get hooked up on the outside, you know, we can probably try to pass because we think the 5th place car is going to follow us. So if we can get that train on the outside, I think we'll be in position for a nice, better finishes than what we got.
Absolutely. And Javon, you drove an excellent race tonight. Anybody out there you want to thank?
Well, I got to thank NuffWorld for keeping this race together. I know they had some difficulties with everything that was going on tonight, but got to give out a shout to them. Got to give out a shout to you guys for broadcasting this nice race. I got to give a shout out to my team for trying to help me, and I want to congratulate Mr. Bowling on his nice win.
Absolutely. Well, Javon, like I said, you done a great job racing tonight, and we wish you all the best of luck for the new season starting out. I want to take it back up to the booth where Mr. JD is waiting.
Well, boys, I tell you what, it's party time Saturday night in Daytona, and we're going to get after it here with the after party here just shortly. But first, you know what, big thank you to Viper Technologies, Along for the Ride, ETV Live, coming aboard here a couple of weeks ago. And I tell you what, Greg, I know Jason's a little bit busy right now, but Greg, he's along for the ride up here in the booth, having a blast up here as always, my friend.
Oh yeah, JD, it's a great time. We just love, you know, going out there and interacting with the fans and giving them something to do. And I mean, these challenges here definitely it was challenging tonight, and you know, we got through it, but we're kind of looking it over for next time and seeing hopefully if we can do something a little bit better and get it, you know, rolling smoother. But why don't you go on, JD, and tell them guys about them winners?
You bet. I tell you what, Dave Hessler is going to go home with a $50 gift card from Viper Technologies for question number 3. Eric Matzenbacher, he got question number 4, $50 gift card coming your way, and the seat, the chair, the big one, Gil Drake, going home tonight with a Viper 600 SR game chair from Viper Technologies. I tell you what, congratulations to everybody, and again, a big thank you to Viper Technologies for all they do support here at ETV Live. And I'll tell you what, guys, Tracy, I'll start with you first. You know, 200 laps Daytona, we've done this once before. Actually, Rick and I did this once before. I think this was your first ride here tonight, but I'll tell you what, I had a lot of fun for once here in a big race. Yeah, it was a great race. 43 cars start. Looked like 22 cars finished the race tonight, JD. And you got to thank Viper Technology. Tell you, you guys thinking about pulling the trigger and getting a chair, you can't get a better deal than right now. And this ain't no chair like they sell at Walmart where it just rocks. This is an actual chair. It's got the surround sound, got the vibration. This is it. This is a gaming chair.
So get out there, get that deal while it lasts. Tell you what, beautiful chair they built over there. And you know what, I got to thank the drivers out there for putting on a great show and all the fans for showing up at the chat room. And you guys what, I'm going to throw it over to you, Rick.
Well, I tell you what, I tell you what I'm going to do, Tracy. First of all, let me say, by early on, I called this thing a chair. It is not a chair. Folks, this is a race simulator you sit in that vibrates on your butt. And I'm going to tell you what, you guys, before these guys figure out that, hey, we better not send any more of these chairs out with free shipping, you better get your order in now before these guys change their mind. Because I'm going to tell you, that's a lot of money being saved right there. And go out, you take a look, compare what these guys have got, what's on the market now. You can't beat it. You can't beat it with a stick, JD and Tracy, and that's just my words about it.
You bet. All right. And, you know, I want to thank Viper Technologies again one more time. And, of course, NuffWorld. Ain't no better place. If you got your game on, do it over here at NuffWorld.com. And to Phil and Kevin, all the boys, Nuff Radio, I tell you what, HD Radio Network, get the tunes, rock your brains out, cowboy. There's 4 stations to choose from, plus the Nuff Radio station over there. And if you enjoyed the show tonight, get on over there and let them know that you had a blast here at Daytona. And I tell you what, they're still not leaving, guys. They're still standing around the stand, though. They're waiting for more and more and more. But I tell you, get over to etv-eplay.net. We ain't done yet. Lots of racing coming your way. Check out the schedule over there. So I tell you what, we're going to get on out of here and get ready for the after party here at Daytona. So for John and Jerry and Greg and Jason and Rick and everybody up here in the booth, we had a blast. And we'll see you next time, right here live on ETV Live, the only choice, cowboy.